Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Team Glalie coming with another video. This time we got another 66 single battles here on Pokemon Omega Ruby. And today we're going to be playing against my friend Botharn. Again, if you guys remember, we had a battle a little while back, which ended which was insanely close. He won with a 1 HP Pokemon, 1-0, so incredibly close. We had another, this time we made our teams of, he just challenged me. He's like, yeah, I'm making a new team. I was like, oh, that's cool. I made a new team as well. And he's like, well, if you want, you can battle me because it's better than battling random people on the PSS. So I was like, all right, man, sounds good to me. So that's how we got this battle. You look at the teams, they're pretty nice. He has Mega Camerupt, I have Mega Glalie, and got quite the interesting team. But we're going to go ahead and get this one started. So, looking at my opponent's team, Stealth Rocks weren't really that good. He didn't have anything that was really that weak to him. So Claydol's my Stealth Rock user, I'll tell you guys that. But I sided with Tangrowth, since he didn't really have anything that he could hit me with, except for the Metagross. But I was going to outspeed that. But I go straight up for the knockoff here, turn 1 against this Executor, and it's Citrus Berry, so I was like, oh, thank goodness, because it was probably Harvest. And from what I understand, since he didn't eat the Citrus Berry, he can't harvest it. So since I knocked it off, that really saved me a bunch with a stall Pokemon. And he sets up Trick Room turn 1, so it's definitely a Trick Room team, which is understandable with Mega Camerupt. It has like probably 20 base speed, if I remember correctly. And so right now things are going well. I got this thing paralyzed. He went for a Psy Shock. I'm physically defensive. So things are going fantastic for me. I got knockoff. He's not going to be able to stall me out. So here he goes for the switch into the Camerupt. I like that. Shiny. But I switch out as well because I realized there wasn't much I was going to be able to do to this thing. So I go into my Escavalier because if I get a bug type move off, it's gone. It's going to be 6 times effective. But there's no way I'm seeing it against this bad boy. So I go into Jellicent, which is perfect. It's going to resist his Fire Stab, and it's my special wall. So it's going to be a nice combatant to this Mega Camerupt here. So here he just goes for the straight Mega Evolve, and he goes for the Stealth Rocks, which I'm okay with. The only thing is really going to hit hard on my team is the Magmortar. So I'm not too worried. So he switches out into his Executor. So this is something I kind of like put in the back of my head. Okay, let's just switch into my Jellicent. I went for the safe Scald, no reason not to. We do decent damage. He's already below half, and then he's gonna get hurt by the poison, and the Trick Room expires right there. So I go knowing that I'm gonna be. I looked, and my Jellicent is faster than my Tangrowth, and this thing outsped my Tangrowth under Trick Room. So I'm like, okay, well I know I'm faster, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the, or I go for the Shadow Ball to go ahead and knock it out. And here, this switch-in kind of confused me because I'm like, well, this thing's psychic. I have Stab Shadow Ball. So I was like, does this thing have some sort of trick up its sleeve? I was debating switching out, but then I saw it only wanted to set up Trick Room, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But I'm like, okay, this thing's got to be really slow then, so I got to be careful. Luckily, I got the special defense drop, so it's not going to be a roll to see if I knock out this Mihium. And he goes for the Psyshock, which is good because this thing's not really, well, it's invested in special defense, not physical defense. But I'm going to be able to knock it out with the Shadow Ball. So now we've already knocked out both his Trick Room users, if he has 2. We've knocked out 2 of them. I don't expect him to have more. So we're in good position right now. But he does have Trick Room up, so that means there's a possibility of him coming back. And here I see Urswing, and I'm like, okay, well, I carry Will-O-Wisp, but I do not want to burn this thing. And I switch out into my Tangrowth here since it's my physical wall, but I do not want to poison this thing either because I don't need Guts kicking in. So he goes for the Crunch. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that as long as he doesn't get the defense drop. And we see that only is like 30 HP. And I'm like, oh no, he's got the Flame Orb, which is terrible. And he's got Facade as well. So I'm like, goodbye, Tangrowth. There is no way you are living that. So this is a big problem right here. I have nothing that really wants to take a hit from this thing. I go in the Scavalier because I know I'm going to underspeed. This thing is so slow. And this is also, if I calculated correctly, this is going to be the last turn of Trick Room. So I just get a nice X-Scissor off. And he has Fire Punch. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. Add insult to injury. There was maybe a possibility I would have survived the Facade since it's resisted. But I'm okay with that. I gotta like, and here the twisted dimensions return to normal, so I'm like, okay. So again, I looked at my speed and I saw that this Claydol would outspeed his Ursaring. So I just stand, I just go for the, I don't stand, I switch it in, I go for the safe Earthquake, and I knock out the Ursaring, which is fantastic. If he had another Trick Room user, that thing could have come in and swept the rest of my team. So I got somewhat lucky there. But I did switch in the Escavalier, like knowing Trick Room was going to end and stuff like that. So he gets the Ice Fang, but ooh, baby, we're going to hold on with just a little HP. So I was debating to whether if I should go on with my rocks or not here. But I was like, there's no need to, so it's not really going to hit anything that hard. So I just went for the safe Earthquake because he couldn't switch into it. He had nothing that wanted to switch into a stab Earthquake. So luckily with the red card, we bring in the Electivire, which was the biggest threat on his team. I've been saving Jellicent because I know he can't set up Trick Room, and it's going to be able to get a 6 times effective Scald off on the Mega Camerupt, and it's gone. So right now, or that's what I was trying to deal with this Tyrantrum and that Electivire. So here, I have Magmortar. I'm assuming this Tyrantrum's fast, but Magmortar is scarfed anyway, so it doesn't matter. I have Focus Blast, but I don't want to risk it. I know I can get some nice damage off, bring in my Glalie, and finish it off with an Ice Shard. So we get another special defense drop, completely useless. Magmortar is going to go down. This Tyrantrum is really powerful. So Magmortar did his job. If I wanted to knock out, I would have gone for the Focus Blast, but that's all I needed. So now Glalie is going to be able to come in. It takes decent damage from Stealth Rocks, but I'm not all that phased by it. I'm going to Mega Evolve here. That's a nice broken jaw. But let me get the extra boost. I was saying I wish that this thing could run Quick Attack. It'd get a little bit more powerful Ice Shard off. Or a little more powerful than Ice Shard. But Tyrantrum's going to be taken care of. And we're going to see Camerupt come in. So I'm like, okay, I win. Even if this thing goes down, I have Jellicent, which is going to outspeed and get a Scald off. But I go for the Explosion here just for kicks and giggles. I mean, that's an incredibly powerful move. And it's actually going to be enough to take out the Mega Camerupt. And I was like, wow, actually, I mean, it's stab, it's 250 base power. It gets a 30% boost from Refrigerate. So that's just a very, very powerful explosion. That's going to be game. I believe we only had one Pokemon left. That was the Jellicent. So, again, another close game with both Arn. He had an interesting team. I actually wasn't expecting to trick him. Even as I was looking at this in team preview, I wasn't expecting it. I can't remember the last time I've seen Trick Room in singles, more of a doubles kind of thing. But I really like that. With Mega Camerupt, you pretty much got to go with Trick Room. Since you got to take it, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing that Mega Camerupt's so slow. You got to take advantage of that and have that Trick Room, and he can just go through and sweep with Earth Power and Flamethrower and stuff. I mean, he's an incredible monster. So that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys want to have a 6v6 singles with me, this is the team I'm going to be using for a little bit. So, or if you guys want, I can make a different team to battle you. If you guys want to set some rules, that's fine with me. Whatever, I just like to battle, looking for people to battle. So if you guys want to battle me, go ahead and let me know. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.